Hello folks, and welcome to another photography based video. So stay tuned and see what we get up to this time. So folks, this is another photography video inspired by Stephen Joynes. So in this one we're going to get a little bit creative. So in this video guys, we are going to need a book. Any sort of book. You want something that a good substantial book, something that, good quality heavy duty book. You're going to want at least one coin. Now I'm going to be using a couple of coins here. I'm going to be using a £1 coin and a £2 coin. That's my pocket money for this week guys as well, so I'll be careful not to lose it. So that's the coins we're going to be using, and we're also going to be needing a light source. So this one here guys is my little newer LED lighting panel. So that's the three things basically we're going to be needing. Oh, and one more thing guys, we're going to need the light not to be as bright as this. We're sort of about 4 o'clock in the afternoon now. We'll just look at the clock. Yeah, we're sort of 4 o'clock at the afternoon now. And although it's pretty cloudy, it's still a little bit bright for what I want to do. So the other thing we've got to do is wait for the light. So other than the light, the book and the coins and the light, that's basically all we're going to need, and obviously the camera. Now I'm going to be using my Nikon D810 on this one again. Not sure which lens I'm going to use. I might try a combination of either, I don't know, but probably have a go with the 24-70. And I also might try the 100mm macro lens. I don't know which one at the minute. I might try both of them, see which gives me the better results. Now, as for the camera, guys, it doesn't matter. The camera's not important. Use your compact, use a mobile phone. Actually, I might try a couple of pictures with my mobile phone. But again, guys, compact, mobile phones, any sort of camera that you can grab your hands on will be fine. It's about having fun. Now, for settings, if you can change the settings on your camera, again I'm not sure what settings. This one's going to be a bit of a work in progress. I think Stephen used manual on his camera, which I'll probably try, but I think yeah, probably a manual set. We definitely want to keep the ISO as low as we can, so 100 if we can. Probably stick with manual focus. Not sure, it depends how well the autofocus is going to work on this, but probably aperture wise 5.6. again, this one's going to be one of those, it's experimentation. Again, exposure, I shall do a little bit of a bracket in either side, which is always a good thing when you're doing this sort of a style of photography, because you're not really sure how the lighting's going to work. So it's always better if you can to bracket plus and minus either side, overexposed by a couple of stops guys, underexposed, and it's about experimentation. Anyway, that's what we're going to be doing. So what I'm going to do guys is, at the minute I'm just filming this on my little Canon EOS M50. So what I'm going to attempt to do is swap everything around just so I can show you the setup in the daylight, because it might be a little bit more difficult to sort of show the setup when it's when we lose a bit of the light. So that I'm going to try and do now guys, so if you just bear with me while I swap everything around. So folks, this is the setup. So as you can see, I've got my Nikon D810 mounted onto the tripod, and I've gone for the 105mm macro lens on this at the moment. Just I've done a few little test shots to see what it's like, and I think the 105mm macro lens will do the job. I might switch to the 24-70 as well, but this is the setup. So the idea being guys, and I'm hand holding the M50 at the minute, so the idea being, I don't know where you can see that, but in the crease of the book you're going to end up with like a heart shape. So that's the idea. So you can see guys, here's the light. Again, this is going to have to be adjusted when we actually get to take the shots. So if you look on the back of the camera, I don't know how well that's going to show up because there's going to be loads of reflections, but that's the live view on the back of the camera. So I don't know how well it'll focus, but that's the plan. So guys, that's the setup. So don't quite know where we're going to go, but that's the setup. So what we've got to do now is wait till the dark. Oh, Dio come to poke his nose in and see what's going on. Hey Dio. Yeah, he's having a good sniff around. Anyway, I better keep an eye on him, guys, because otherwise he might start trying to knock some of these over. Bengals have a habit of pushing things over. Anyway, guys, that's the setup. So what I'm going to do now is wait for it to get dark. So folks, a few hours have passed since the first part of the video. So we've lost a fair bit of light now, so I think we can proceed with taking the photographs. So what I'm going to do, guys, is set everything up, and hopefully by moving the camera I should be able to film at least some of the setup and some of the photography. But that's what I'm doing now, guys, is set everything up. So we will catch you in a few minutes when we're set to go. So guys, this is the setup. So what we've got, guys, is my Nikon D810, and that's coupled with the 105mm macro lens. So the settings we're going to be using are a little bit flexible, but we're going to set the lens on 5.6, f5.6. That's a sort of a good midpoint. We're going to set the camera on manual, so we can play about with the shutter speeds, because we're going to have a fixed aperture. The ISO is as low as we can go. Well, actually I think it's lower on this, but we're going to go for ISO 100 on here. And I'm going to use spot metering and the self timer. So as for exposure, as I said, guys, it's we're going to fix it at 5.6, f5.6. So I'm going to adjust the exposure using the shutter speed. So I've done a few test shots, and we're running about a 20th of a second, something like 15/20th of a second. So that's a sort of a starting point, but as I said, we're going to go either side of that. So that's the camera settings. So this is my little newer light setting. You probably can't see it, but it's literally just out of sight, out of shot. And this is the coin, which we're going to balance in the book somewhere to get the little heart-shaped reflection. So the first shot. I'm just going to move it back a tad, just to change the position like that. So we're still at 5.6. So about, we're on a 13th of a second there, guys, 13th of a second. So, whoa, that's what we better do, guys. Turn the coin up the right way, so the queen stood up the right way. So that was a little bit underexposed. So let's go for try a different shutter speed on that. That's a 10th of a second, 8th of a second. Now that's a little bit better. So we're going to go again the other way a bit more. So we're going on 6th of a second on this one. So guys, we're just going to change the position of the camera as well, just so we can get a different sort of angle on the shadow, and see if that sort of works for us, guys. So we'll have to focus on everything. So let's try something like that. So where's the point of focus then? There. You can really see the depth of field on this one, guys, but that was way off the mark. Hopefully. Yeah, that's not bad actually. I'm quite liking that one actually. I'll call that it for this one. What I will do, just as a proving the point, guys, I will try and take a couple with the mobile phone. They'll have to be handheld, I think, because I haven't got me. I might have a tripod mount thingy for my phone, but we're just going to try a couple with the phone. And what I'm also going to do, guys, in the editing, I will. Don't even know whether you can see me or just hear me now, but you'll just see my silhouette from the light. But what I will do, guys, is in the editing, I'm going to try converting some to black and white as well, just see what that looks like. But what I'm going to do now, guys, is quickly set up, putting the mobile phone out, and just take a few of that, just to prove that we can do it with our mobile phones as well, guys. So bear with me 1 second.